Throws it downfield. It is. Oh, it's caught.
CouchPotatoGM.com is the website. Couch Potato General Manager is the YouTube channel. You guys know it because you are on it. CPGM Drew, CPGM Juice, CPGM Headley. Please like, subscribe, comment. We're here to talk about the Carolina Panthers 2021 storylines going into training camp as well as the new season. My storyline for this team is it's a new team, but it's year two. Do they have a quarterback? I think Darnold has found a home. They finally have what I would call a number one potential receiver in Marshall. Christian McCaffrey is back. He's healthy. Let's go to the defense. They've been stacking up this defense for the past 2 years. Yep. And they continue to do it in free agency. So for me, just looking at this team as a whole and thinking about Small Hands Teddy last year, there was a couple of games the boys lost that they probably should have won due to the quarterback play or lack of quarterback play. Absolutely. So I believe that this team they might be the surprise team this year just in the league in general.
Yeah.
I'm expecting big things, man.
You said something interesting to me, and I just want to bring attention to it. You mentioned that you feel like they finally have a true number one in Terrace Marshall, the rookie coming in.
Here we go. I know you're gonna do it, bro.
I like it.
I just want to hear the conversation. I don't necessarily have a problem with you saying that, but
right.
Your thoughts on the incumbent DJ Moore. You know, what's your?
Yeah,
you just think Terrace Marshall is a better prospect? Is that where you're coming from?
Like, in my opinion, just in terms of the play style, what they offer, I don't know that DJ Moore is a number one. I think he's a hell of a number two, and I think he's a compliment to any football team. I just think you have to have a big dog that can take that role, and I think DJ Moore actually might blow up this year even more than he has, in recent seasons.
Because he got the big dog.
Got a big dog with him. Guy who can make contested catches, go up and get the football.
It's an interesting conversation. Like I said, I'm not debating you on this. It's an interesting conversation because the reality is DJ Moore has had very poor quarterback play. That doesn't mean that true alphas don't continue to have success despite that. And I do think, all things considered, Moore has had success despite the questionable at best quarterback play that he's played with. So now you have more people or more players that you have to respect in that passing game. So this really could vault Moore into number one, or as you say, he could be the quintessential number two, i.e. like a Manny Sanders or something like that with a little bit more upside because of course he's a younger player.
All of that is going to depend on my storyline is, can Joe Brady fix Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold came in the league and that was number 3 pick. Big things in New York, but unfortunately he went to a team with no weapons, no talent. The Jets, they finally put talent and weapons over there after he leaves. This is, they're pretty stacked this year in that category. But when he was there, and you know who he was there with? A guy named Adam, man. Mr. Gase.
Everywhere you go, bro.
Yeah, so it just, some of it was his fault. The thing from college that I always saw with Darnold was, he'll force some passes, make some mistakes, turn the football over. And he did it again with the New York Jets, but I think he was just trying to be a savior. I think that's what the role he was playing. And he was just trying to, will his team, and that's why he made mistakes. But now you have Joe Brady, a proven guy from LSU. I think he might not have too much longer with Joe Brady. It might be a year, maybe 2. I think Joe Brady's on to bigger things. But, you got the weapons now. So it's no more excuses for Sam Darnold. I know it's a new system, maybe some rust at the beginning of the year, but he needs to get it going this season. You got Joe Brady, you got your Terrace Marshall, the big dog, DJ Moore, and Robbie Anderson, man, who he played with in New York. So a lot of weapons over there for him.
Yeah, I mean, I could stand for this team to have a more accomplished offensive line group, certainly. But as far as weaponry, there's no question mark here. You're getting Christian McCaffrey back. You guys mentioned the receivers. They've actually added another tight end, Tommy Tremble, to the mix to see if they can actually get something out of that particular position. This is the best supporting cast Sam Darnold has played with, and then for all intents and purposes, the best play caller he's played with. So from my perspective, although I had hoped that this team would be a little bit further along in terms of their offensive line, perhaps put a little bit more draft capital into that, maybe a little bit earlier on. That didn't happen. But as I mentioned, this is Sam Darnold's best bet to this point. Where I'm really interested in, though, even though that's a huge storyline, I'm really interested in to see the culmination of this defense. All of the resources that this organization has put into rebuilding this defense. You have to think about it. During the height of their success, of course, the offense was led by Cam Newton. Cam Newton was Superman on the offensive side of the ball. But that defense, they could get after the passer, right? They had excellent play at the second level with Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis. You know what I mean? And they were opportunistic on the back end. This team is stuffed with talent. Hell, you were rattling off the names before we started recording this particular video.
Yeah.
You're talking about Gross Matos, Burns. I know you like Davion Nixon, the rookie out of Iowa. Derek Brown is a monster in the middle. Then you add Hassan Reddick, who had to break out last year in Arizona. Denzel Perriman is a thumper, particularly on first and second down. J.C. Horn, Dante. I mean, the list goes on and on. Jeremy Chin. It just keeps going on and on and on. And they're young. They're young as well.
Talent.
You know what I mean? It's not as if you got guys that have their best football is behind them. There's a lot of guys who are either in their prime or best football is still ahead of them. So I am really interested to see if this team can flip that switch, because again, there's no question about talent. It's now about cohesiveness. It's now about being sound and making the plays that are there to be made. And of course, you have the Bucs in this division. New Orleans, we don't really know what that's going to look like. Drew Brees is no longer there, so there's an opportunity. The Falcons seem to be going through a bit of a transition. There's an opportunity here to make some noise. Maybe not necessarily come out on top of the division. I know we all believe the Bucs are far and away the favorite, but they can make some noise in the NFC as a whole, as far as a conference is concerned, and challenge for a wild card spot, assuming you get some more consistent play out of Darnold, to your point, Headley, and as far as you're concerned, Drew, you mentioned that this team could be one of the surprises in the NFL. If that defense becomes a strength, which they certainly have the talent to do so, you're right. This could very well be, and I'm not even sure it would be a surprise. You understand what I'm saying? When you start talking about all the talent on this team. But big question mark at the quarterback position, without question. Big question.
Yeah, it's a big question, and I'm thinking about the teams in the NFC South, and to me, they're number 2. In terms of talent, they still have to put it on the football field, but the Falcons have a lot of holes. The Saints have a new quarterback, got some issues at wide receiver. So, Carolina with all these guys are young though. They a lot of them hasn't really won in the NFL yet, but it's remarkable what Matt Rhule, Phil Snow, and these guys has done. It's like a total turnaround from 2 years ago Carolina Panthers defense, man. It's like one of the quickest defensive rebuilds I've seen in a while, man. But it's all going to land on Sam Darnold and that offensive line, like you said.
All right, Panther fan, let us know down in the comment section. What's your take on your team? What is your storyline? Where do they fall in the division? That's what I'm interested in, because you're talking to a Bucs fan here, so I'm a little interested in where you feel they fall in the division. Like, subscribe, comment.